be patient. Patient. One day she's gonna eat seafood, so be patient.
Oh,
Believe.
I think having humor,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
he makes me laugh all the time. So I think that's super important in a relationship.
Yeah.
Um,
Take a breather and kind of try in those intense situations, in arguments when things are not as great as the beginning days. Take a breather and remember those days. A thing that we do a lot, actually she does a lot, and then I get into it, is she shows our photos,
oh yeah,
like looking back on old
pictures.
pictures. So we have these like memories that we kind of just live on, and she has her Amanda being Amanda is just very organized and has it by by a timeline, and says like, hey, let's go back in the past and see how we were. Oh man, we're so skinny. Like, like yeah, that honestly is been great, and we do that quite a few times in the year, just looking at back photos and reminiscing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, obviously don't go to sleep angry. I'm sure a lot of people have said that.
Yeah.
What else? What else? Take it one day at a time, but also look in the future, and plan things out.
Yeah.
So you know that you're on the same timeline with things.
Yeah. Also, like I think another piece of advice is to understand how they view things. And I think because I've had conversations where I have to just be like, okay, how can I view it her point of view, in the way that she sees things and her priority list and her kind of just, and I learn and learn and learn to be more empathetic and more kind of just like being in her shoes, and she's doing the same for me, because even though we're still in healthcare and all that stuff, I demand a lot of things that happens to our lives, like that moving situation, going into residency, and now we're going to Minnesota for a whole year, right? And that's asking a lot from her. So I have to always remember that, like, where is she coming from? She's coming from, a gal from Tampa, Florida, is now with the guy who has to go to Atlanta, Georgia for 3 years without her parents, right? And be XYZ miles away from her parents, and now asking her to go all the way to Minnesota, Rochester,
Where it's
Minnesota,
freezing.
where it's freezing, where both of us, we do not know how snow works,
Yeah.
right? So it's just like I have to always constantly think about that,
Yeah.
and be like, she's doing so much for me, and that kind of just tones down a lot of the disagreements, and just in a reality situation, I'm like, okay, yeah, I get where you're coming from, and we go from there.
Yeah, always put your significant other first, I would say, because if you put, career should also be first, but
Yeah.
I feel like in a career you're always replaceable, but family, you can't replace family. So yeah, love you.
I love you too.
Yeah.
I think it is crazy, because we've had an extra, like, we're interesting in a way that we've actually had an extra long engagement,
2 years.
2 years engagement.
Oh,
And I think it's it was COVID, but we've had this kind of thing where we're just like on this limbo time that we want our lives to get started already,
mm, yeah.
but it's nice. I mean, I think just being with Amanda, she has taught me to kind of just like live in her kind of world, that you being kind of introverted and being watching TV and living all this stuff, and I really like that. It's nice, just kind of having a good balance. And then at the end of the day, it's all about balance. It really is balance of priorities, balance of thoughts, and way of doing things, and being open, because in the end of the day, you're with this person who also has their own kind of view of life, and it's nice to see that and submerge yourself in that.